fantastic, fantastic film and fantastic report. You got that clip ready? All right, thank you, Marvin. Pretty violent clip, huh? So we probably should give him a viewer discretion advised. Let's do that. All right, get it ready. Let's do it. Good afternoon. I'm Steve S.H. Walters reporting for Breaking News 500 here in beautiful Vero Beach, Florida. Today's topic is the film A Bronx Tale. Now, before we get on to A Bronx Tale, if you haven't subscribed, please take a second, folks, and subscribe. It doesn't cost you a thing. We wouldn't do that to you. We appreciate you, and we appreciate our loyal subscribers. Now, let's get on to A Bronx Tale. A Bronx Tale was released in 1993, directed by Robert De Niro, stars Robert De Niro, Chazz Palminteri, Lillo Brancato, and Taral Hicks. And the basic story is about a young Italian boy named Cologio growing up in the Bronx in the 1960s. And he's got two very influential men in his life. He's got his father, who's a bus driver, and he's got working man ways and ideas and philosophy, and he's a good guy, but Cologio doesn't always understand his father. And then right down the street, he's got the mobster, Sonny. Now, Sonny's full of charisma, and he's very powerful, he's very interesting, and he's drawn to Sonny, and they become very close. And these two men play a huge part in his childhood growing up. We've got a scene with Cologio and Sonny in New York. It's a great scene, but it's a little violent, so we want to give you a viewer discretion advice. We know you can handle it, and we're going to touch on the scene after you see it, but just to play it safe, viewer discretion advice. Are you ready? Of course you're ready. Are you ready, Marvin? Of course he's ready. I'm the only one that's not ready. All right, folks, let's do it. Marvin, roll the clip.
Nobody's cooler than you, Sonny.
What you doing? Fuck you, you freehold. Fuck you, you scumbag. You're a real motherfucker with your fucking head. I'm gonna bust your fucking head.
Sonny, give me the gun.
Get the fucking car! Move the fucking car! Come on! Come on!
Oh, you're back. What do you think about that scene? Woo! Don't mess with Sonny's crew. Well, you see, the guy trying to come in, he's a mobster too. He's part of Sonny's group. And the guy trying to back up, they're fighting over a parking space. Doesn't even make sense. Come on. Well, it cost that guy his life. Don't mess with Sonny's crew. What a scene. Now, in 1989, Chazz Palminteri wrote and starred in a play, A Bronx Tale. Robert De Niro seen the play and thought this would make a great movie. At that time, Chazz was already dealing with production companies and studios trying to sell it as a movie, and he was working some things out. But him and De Niro agreed on doing the film together on a 50-50 split, and they did it over a handshake. And I think that's great. Old school, folks, old school. Now, for casting, they had to have two Cologios. They had to have the real young Cologio you saw in the clip, and they had to have the teenage Cologio, which, played most of the movie, which was Lillo Brancato. Now, they were looking all over New York, Long Island, trying to find someone that looked like De Niro. Well, they came across Lillo Brancato at Jones Beach. He looked like De Niro, he sounded like De Niro, he could impersonate De Niro, but he had no acting experience. So they said, come on in, kid, we're going to give you an audition and see what you can do. Called him in, he didn't do too bad. They said, guess what? You got the part, the rest is history. Now, this was De Niro's first directorial debut, and he wanted Chazz to be a part of every aspect of the filming. So Chazz got involved with the editing, the sound mixing, the casting, scouting locations, along with being the writer of the film, because it's his story, and along with starring in the film. They shot this film mostly in New York, in Jackson Heights, Queens area, New York, and Astoria, New York, along with some other locations here and there. They had a budget of $22 million. They did $17.3 at the box office. They had 1 award and 5 nominations. But it developed a cult classic following over time, and it's become a classic film. So it really is a great film, and it's a type of film you can watch again and again and again. Now, for the big famous biker bar scene, that big brawl, and the mob and the bikers in the bar, What are they going to do? Well, they called in their buddy Chuck Zito, who's a Hell's Angel member, and they said, Chuck, can you get us some guys for this film, for this scene? We need some big guys. Well, Chuck brought in 5 Hell's Angels members to play in the scene, and they all did a great job. And what a memorable scene that is in the movie. Now, this film touches on, growing up in the 1960s New York. It touches on racism, prejudice, mob influence, growing up in the city, finding your path in life. What's your path? What are you going to do? We all got to do something. Are you going to go into the service? Are you going to work? Are you going to be a criminal? What are you going to do? So it really has some great messages and things in this film. Great writing by Chazz. We want to say thank you, Chazz, for a great job on your acting, your writing. What a great story this is, and based on his childhood. Now, we're going to give you a special quotes from the film. The critics love this film. I love the film. Marvin loves the film. So we're not going to talk about what the critics have to say. It's pretty much been all positive reviews. But there's so many great quotes in this film that make you think, make you say, well, yeah, that makes sense. Or, wow, I never thought of it that way. So we're going to give you some of those. So we got 5 special quotes. I think you're going to love these. Now, Marvin, you know what I'm going to ask for? I'm going to put you back to work. We've got 5 quotes, 5 special quotes. Are you ready, Marvin? Drum roll, please. Thank you, Marvin. All right, folks, these are going to be great. Now, I'm going to try to do them justice and give it to you right from the film. Now, De Niro, he plays the father, Lorenzo, and Chazz Palminteri plays Sonny, the mobster. And, of course, Cologio is the young Italian boy. So those are our main 3 characters in these quotes. Lorenzo the father, Sonny the mobster, and young Cologio. So Lorenzo says at one part in the film, he says, the saddest thing in life is wasted talent. Think about that. If you got talent, use it. There's so much truth to that. The saddest thing in life is wasted talent. Now Cologio's talking with his father, and he says to his dad, Sonny is right. The working man's a sucker. The working man's a sucker. And his father says, Lorenzo, he's wrong. It doesn't take much strength to pull a trigger. But try getting up every day, morning after morning, and make a living. Let's see him do that. Then we'll see who the real tough guy is. The working man's the tough guy. Your father's the tough guy. I think that's good. Now, this is an interesting scene that I loved, and it was memorable for me. Now, I think it might be memorable for you. Mobster Sonny, even though he's a mobster, he's got experiences, he's been around, he's got some wisdom. And Mobster Sonny's talking to Cologio, and Cologio's a little upset, and he brought up Mickey Mantle, the baseball player. And the Mobster Sonny says, Mickey Mantle? Is that what you're upset about? Mickey Mantle? Mickey Mantle makes $100,000 a year. What's your father make? Let's say your father can't pay his rent. You think Mickey Mantle's going to pay his rent? Mickey Mantle doesn't care about you. Why do you care about Mickey Mantle? Oh, that's some pretty heavy stuff. See, don't be worshiping these celebrities. These celebrities, whether you're a sports figure or an actor or, even the President of the United States, what kind of person are you really? Who are you? You look great on TV, or you look great in that acting job, or you're a great athlete. They got talent. We'll give them credit for their talent, but don't worship or look up to these celebrities. They're just people. Remember that, folks. They're just people. We've all got skills in life. We've all got talents in life. I thought that was very interesting because Mickey Mantle's not going to pay your rent. All right, we got one more. That was 4, right, folks? No, that was 3. We got 2 more. And Mobster Sonny says, friends that are bought with money mean nothing. Well, he would know. Think about all these people that have an entourage. You're paying them to be there for whatever reason. Now, if they're doing their job and they're helpful to you, fine, but those are kind of like bought friends, aren't they? You'll never see me walking around with no entourage, famous or not. I would live my life that way. If I go to a liquor store, I go into a liquor store. I go by myself. I go with friends. I don't go with a group or an entourage. What a way to live life. Well, that's number 4. Now, our last one is Cologio. Oh, I love this one. It was great to be Catholic and go to confession. You can start over every week. Hey, let's just go to confession and start over. I like that. You can see this film on Apple TV, Amazon, and a few other places. Now I want to hear those comments. Get down there and put in the comments what you think about this film. What's your favorite scene? What did you take away from this film? This is one of those films where you can watch again and again. And every time you see, you learn something else about the film because it's so well written and there's so many lessons in this film. It's just a fantastic film. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this look back on A Bronx Tale, and I hope you've enjoyed the report. I'm Steve S.H. Walters for Breaking News 500. Have a great day.